Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. We're gonna rename it, so we're gonna say welcome back to whatever channel, but what we're here to talk about today is a few things we wish we knew before we moved to Canada. So we did do a lot of research. So there are a lot of things that we had expectations about, but the reality tends to be more dramatic sometimes for some things. And then there are a few things that caught us by surprise. So starting with things we wish we knew. What did you wish you knew?
Why you don't start?
All right, so we did research. We knew that daycare would be expensive and hard to get into. Knowing that and coming and actually experience it, it's a whole different ball game. We've been here for over a year, and I'm still on some waiting lists for more than 3 daycares. I remember when you just came, the baby was 9 months, and I called this one daycare, and they said that, oh, we have a 2 year waiting list. I'm like, 2 years, okay, so I'm supposed to wait for 2 years. What do I do until then? But finally got her into daycare this September. We didn't need to do it last year because most of my classes were online, thank God. But we finally got her into daycare. But I wish my mother was able to come with me. Then daycare, childcare wouldn't be such a struggle. So we're just doing this video so that it kind of give you some expectations of how bad some things can be. Nowhere is perfect. Jamaica is not perfect. Canada is not perfect. There's good and bad everywhere. You just have to find your balance, know what works for you. A lot of people move to Canada every year, and a lot of people move away from Canada. So it's a personal thing. I have no regrets, absolutely none. I do regret not doing some things enough prior to coming, but I don't have any regrets coming here. So that's for daycare. I knew I was going to be an international student, and group work was going to be a pain in the bones. I've, I have experienced group work before, which was a pain. But I don't know why it's different here. It's just terrible. Like, I don't want to go into some of the details right now, but it brought me to tears at one point. My husband had to be saying, Siobhan, just focus, just focus. Like, don't stress. It was rough, rough. To the point where myself and one other group mate, we did most of the work. This one girl, she basically never did nothing at all. Replied to the messages like 2 days late, didn't submit decisions when she was supposed to. And then she scored me low on the peer review. Like, that was the straw that broke this camel's back. How if you score me low when I did your part? But yeah, group work, like, is a different experience. I knew what to expect because I saw the people who were here. We also did research. YouTube videos like these, that people say, okay, this, expect that. But boy, I don't know. This group work thing's not it. And then, I mean, this is far gone, but do your research, okay? So it's good to take advice from people, and people usually don't mean you any ill, but things change. Like somebody that probably came to Canada 4 years ago, and then you just come now, and they're giving you advice that you have to do this, you have to do that. Remember, Canada changes things basically weekly, some things. So you have to stay up to date because you might take their advice like gospel, and then you end up in an unfortunate situation like what happened to us when you just came here. And Dwayne is going to talk about that. If him look forested, guys, if you want to know if he's gonna warm up more to these vlogs, stick around. There's only one way to find out.
So when we just got here, the immigration officer said that because of COVID, things had changed and you can only apply for your social insurance number online. Once you do it online, you'll get something in your email, and then it will be a temporary number, and then you'll get the real number after a couple of days after or a few weeks after. That's the first thing that probably should have raised a red flag to me, because your social insurance number is like a TRN and is like your social security number in the US. That is a very confidential number, and there is no way that somebody would share, a government agency would share that over the internet. So, should have taken that as a hint that something is wrong. Anyway, we were nervous and all of that, so we go home and you know went online and did it. Yep, doing it online, it's made us wait probably 4 weeks or 3 weeks and several calling and checking to see what's going on.
So if we had gotten it right away, we'll be able to get Wi-Fi because we spent the first couple of days in Canada without Wi-Fi, no way to contact parents, friends, nothing. I had to be going to my friend's house to connect the phone. They send out 1-2 message. It was so lonely. I don't know why. Those couple of days in this big empty apartment with no bed, no chairs, nothing but your suitcases, each other, and blankets to sleep on. Yeah, then a couple of days I did struggle. Not that Wi-Fi is everything, but communication,
Connection.
connecting is everything, or next to everything, So it did rough. There's a bunch of things we couldn't do because of that. And the day we applied online, we found on the next day that it can actually do it in person. And we tried to cancel it, but we couldn't, right?
Yeah.
They said we couldn't cancel it and go in person. So do your research. Take advice from people. Wise counsel. People mean well, but things change, and you put yourself at a disadvantage when you don't do your due diligence. Moving across the world to a new country is a big decision, and it comes with a lot of things. Like when we were in Jamaica, we were comfortable. We were living in staff housing, so we didn't have any utilities to pay, no rent, none of that. So we were comfortable and we were saving, but I wish we saved more. But so because we were so comfortable, we were spending too much. But I wish we had cut back on spending a little more, so that would limit how much debt you accumulate coming here. Because you were so comfortable, things were fine. You were saving this percent of the salary because this is a very strict budget right here. We thought that was okay, but we could have pushed it more. So those are the regrets I would say I have. Not being more diligent with saving. Guys, it's expensive. It's beautiful, it's nice, it's expensive. You pay well for tax when you come here. Yes, you get a tax return, but it's not like you're getting back everything. So it's a lot of little things to research and to look into. And we can go more in depth in some of those things in future videos, but yeah. Something I didn't know is that I would come to Canada and become a barber with a very demanding client that does not pay, right, Mr. Brown?
I still pay.
I came here, guys, and with no experience, never trimmed nobody pick me yet. Come to Canada, and I know trim my husband. I've been doing it for about a year. Little improvements since I started, but it look good enough. The hair, when I done trim, the hair is hairing and you can go to work. And that's what's important, okay? You're no boss, but you're no pitchy patchy. Yeah. So that's one thing I didn't know. And I did know. Well, we spoke about the possibility of me trimming him, but we never knew that actually be a reality. Come here, I say, when you come here, you gotta work so you can go barber, but it's what, like $35 for a trim?
Something like that.
Can cost like $20 for line up or $15 just to line up, but that's a lot. So
Dollar is a dollar.
yeah, I know trim doing. And for me now, as a small business owner, I'm gonna have to do a video just on that because the customs is crazy. I can ship things to the US from Canada, and it's cheaper than shipping things to another province in Canada. Also, I can ship things to the US from Canada and not pay any customs at the border. But then when I bring stuff in, the customs is ridiculous. I remember the first time I ordered stuff from Bulk Apothecary in the US. Cheap, cheap. I said, all right, contribution margin, I got swell up, so. But guys, the shipping was over $600, and I spent $1,000 something on inventory, and the shipping was over $600. Like, that was crazy. That it doesn't make any sense. I'm not gonna make profit if I continue to do that. Because right now, contribution margin is almost non-existent. So things like that. I should have done more due diligence as a small business owner wanting to expand in Canada, of what the fees and such would be. But I'm just gonna show you my skills that I learned here. Let's get it. So the other phone died, but I'm done with my apprentice trim. I know that I butchered the technique, and the barber's watching this. I know, but him look lookable, don't it? In Kangaroo Road, and then I call police on him. You don't think so? Yeah. Turn it to the side. Work to be done, you know, but this side, we'll get there. He can go road, guys. He can go to work. I'm seeing some flaws on the video that I'm not seeing in person, so I'll fix those. That was it for this video, just talking about a few things we wish we knew or knew more of, and just sharing some expectations for you guys that want to move to Canada. Do you have any regrets moving to Canada? Like the move itself, not things that annoy you or bug you.
What's your trip or short?
Well, there you have it. Anna, do you have any regrets moving to Canada? Anna? Yes? Do you have any regrets? No? Nothing? Okay, bye-bye. See you in the next video. Stay blessed. Leave your prayer request below and we'll be standing in the gap for you because there's no distance is no boundary for prayer. Bye. Where again, Mr. Brown?
Went to work.
Going to work with the hair that your wife trimmed? Wow. Amazing.
Bye.
Love you later.